Welcome to the first episode of Demco Tech Tips. I'm Jeremy Drabenstead. I'm Demco's National Technical Trainer for the RV division. And I wanted to create this show as a way I can pass along tips and tricks when installing the Demco products. I take my years of experience and tips and tricks I've learned along the way, whether I figured them out on my own or from technicians like you. If you have a tip or trick that you would like to share, send it my way and it may get featured in one of my episodes. So today I want to focus on installing the actuator on a Jeep Wrangler. Reason being is lately we've had a few calls from customers who've had cable breaks on their Jeep Wrangler. So since we keep hearing Jeep Wrangler and cable breaks, I wanted to address what Demco recommends as far as installing the actuator itself, but more specifically on the Jeep Wrangler. So when we install the actuator on the Jeep Wrangler or on any vehicle, what we like to see is 3.5 inches of cable length minimum between the end of the actuator and where we anchor it on the firewall. Now, if we have anything less than that, what happens is when they drive it around town and they push on that brake pedal, the cable actually bends. Now, if you've ever taken a metal hanger and bent it repeatedly over and over, eventually it breaks. Same thing applies here with our cable. That's why we need to have that 3.5 minimum cable length. So you're probably wondering, how do we achieve that? And it's really simple. So on the actuator, taking an Allen wrench, we're just going to remove these 2 bolts. Then we're going to take our clamp and we're going to flip it around 180 degrees. And before we reinstall our bolts onto the actuator, we're going to put a drop of Loctite on there and reinstall our bolts. Now, I didn't put Loctite on here because I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes, but if it were a real install, I would make sure to put some Loctite on there. Now, what we've done here, by doing that, we actually gained a couple inches of cable length. So simply by doing a 180 with our clamp here, and having it coming out the front of the actuator, we gain that couple inches, plus when they push on that brake pedal, it's going to coil rather than do that bend we talked about earlier. So there you go. That's how we're going to want to do our installs on all Jeep Wranglers. Stay tuned for the next episode. I'm actually going to cover a full flat toe installation using all Demco products on a Jeep Wrangler. I'm going to show you tips and tricks and cool ways to route the wires and airline and how to get through that firewall. Make sure you give us a like and a share, or even throw us a comment on some thoughts or maybe tips and tricks of your own. And until next time, we'll see you again on Demco Tech Tips.